And here we go with Tool. Tool is possibly one of the biggest progressive metal bands out there, and I am not a fan. Every single time I've given them a chance, I just get bored and doze off to sleep. Doesn't help that their fans are known for being the most annoying group to deal with. But we're gonna see in this video if my mind just completely changes on them, and I start becoming a fan of the band. So let's not waste any more time and get on with the albums. Opiate. Tool's discography can be counted on one hand, which is why I included this EP as a bonus. And you know what? This one's actually pretty good. The songs here don't take 10 lifetimes to get to the actual music, and the music here is actually pretty catchy. I especially like the 2 live tracks. This EP definitely surprised me. So now let's move on to the actual albums. Undertow. I've already listened to this album before, and I still think it's good. Just like Opiate, most of these songs actually get straight to the point. Well, that's unless we're talking about the final track. I really hate these type of songs where half of it is actual music, and then the rest of the runtime is filled with some filler ambience or just pure silence. It just always feels like a waste of time. Well, so far I would call this my favorite, but let's see if that all changes with Enema. Well, so this is what Tool's been hiding from me. This immediately became my favorite album from them. Stinkfist, Eulogy, 46 and 2, Push It, and the title track. Holy, that song's a banger. There's definitely slower tracks, but in the case of this album, it doesn't really bother me, since the slow ambience doesn't drone off for too long in this album. I really fuck with this album. But now let's move on to Lateralis. Oh, Lateralis. This album pissed me off on my first listen, because the songs just drone off into nothingness, and just immediately put me to sleep. But I just listened to it again, and did I change my mind? Do I finally think the album is good? Yep. Crazy how opinions change, you know? Yes, the songs are long, and yes, they could drone on for a bit too long, but I think I now understand why people hail this as such a masterpiece. It definitely has its tracks, like Reflection, Ticks and Leeches, The Beautiful Parent of Parabola and Parabola, and of course the iconic Schism. Now, do I think this is their best album? Their freaking magnum opus? Fuck no, when Enema's right there. But I can confidently say that this is my second favorite from them. Now let's see if this will change with 10,000 Days. This one almost lost me. I enjoyed most of the tracks on this. Vicarious and Jambi were good. I really liked Wings Part 1 and 2. And of course there's The Pot. But the second half of this album kind of falls a bit for me. Rosetta Stone and Ride in 2 are good though. So it definitely doesn't hit like Lateralis or especially Enema. But it's still good. It just could have been better. And let's conclude this video with Fear Inoculum. Oh my god, this was hard to get through. This is almost the exact type of album I expected to be getting going into Tool. I can't say I don't like the songs, but holy, this needs to be trimmed down. And also 4 interludes I think is too much for such a small track list. You don't need this many to pad out the runtime when you're fucking Tool. I definitely think this is their weakest album by a landslide. I can only imagine how much more disappointed I would be if I was a Tool fan back then, and I actually had to wait 13 years for this to release. And we are finally done. I went into their music thinking my hate for them would be justified, but then I come out ending up as a fan. Switch ups be crazy, you know? Now, even though I'm a fan of their music now, I also understand now why people won't like this band. These songs get fucking long, and some of these songs feel like they're just long for the sake of being long. But regardless, I do like their music now. Now to quickly rank these from worst to best: Fear Inoculum, 10,000 Days, Undertow, Opiate, Lateralis, Enema. Next one will actually be 2 videos, as we're gonna go over Sepultura and Soulfly back to back, as a way to celebrate the new Soulfly album next month. And just like the Deftones video, I'm gonna try to get the Soulfly video out around the time when the new album releases. Let's just hope this time my editing software doesn't bug out and I almost lose all my progress again. Anyways, this is the end of the video, so now you can get out of here.